Hi there, I'm Kim Vanell, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and, of course, the stuff they're sharing around the world on NewsFeed today. Cosmetic giant Avon gets some serious clapback for body shaming. Could this be the start of beauty brands rethinking their attitudes? Capturing 100 faces from 100 places in an emotionally charged landscape. The 17th century reveal in an upscale fashion boutique that no one saw coming. And the floofiest chip protector descends on Sydney's waterfront. The mask of consumerism is slowly coming off and beauty brands are being forced to rethink the way they do things. Not convinced? Well, take beauty giant Avon. Once known for its global army of door-to-door Avon ladies, it's dragged itself into the 21st century to continue its capitalization of the $500 billion beauty industry. But it's missed the mark in a big way and social media is having none of it. Here's a Akanksha.
An anti-cellulite product was advertised like this in an Avon campaign.
Dimples are cute on your face, not on your thighs.
And that led to the brand being called out for body shaming by actor Jameela Jamil. She took to Instagram to say,
"And yet everyone has dimples on their thighs. I do, you do, and the clowns at Avon UK certainly do. Stop shaming women about age, gravity and cellulite. They're inevitable, completely normal things. To make us fear them and to try and fix them is to literally set us up for failure."
Another ad that said a product reduces cellulite, firms skin and softens stretch marks so she can feel confident and powerful 24/7. Jameela also responded to that with this message.
"Everybody is beautiful, unless you have any flaws, I guess. What a gross abuse of the body positive movement. I want you all to look out for this constant manipulation. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. You are constantly being manipulated to self-hate."
The company responded with an apology.
"We hear you and we apologise. We messed up on our smooth moves naked proof messaging. We want to let you know that we are working diligently to remove this messaging from our marketing materials moving forward. We're on it. We love our community of women."
But it was little too late and caused a stir on social media.
Bye-bye, Avon. I thought we were living in 2019, when a woman could feel good about herself without being body shamed at every turn. I guess you're not there.
Kudos to this post. I've beaten myself up all my life because my body doesn't look like the mainstream. I was one of the many who hated myself, even for my skin tone, racism included.
But some seem to miss the point altogether.
Is it that serious, my goodness? I don't consider it body shaming. I'm sure it's a product women will buy somewhere. What's the shame of it all?
Avon has pulled down the ad and has hopefully learned a lesson in how to market your product in the woke age.
Here's a little controversial food for thought. What if Avon realised cellulite is actually a totally normal part of being female, experienced by 80 to 90% of women? Now imagine if not only the marketing for this type of stuff disappeared, but also the actual products which we're being told we need in order to fix ourselves in the first place. Imagine if they disappeared too. Just an idea. Okay, let's have a look now at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media. American singer Chris Brown has been arrested in Paris on suspicion of rape. The 24-year-old woman says she was raped in the singer's hotel room last week. Brown's bodyguard and a friend were also detained. It's not the first time the singer has been accused of assault. Back in 2009, he was accused of assaulting his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. Gene editing babies is apparently becoming a thing in China. You may remember back in November, scientist Ha Junhui claimed he had edited the genes of twin baby girls, making them resistant to the AIDS virus. Well, now apparently another woman is pregnant and he's done the same thing. All the babies will stay under medical observation because no one really knows how altering one part of a human's DNA can affect other parts or how that will affect future generations. This is what winning the Oscars of food looks like. This is, of course, none other than the Michelin Guide ceremony in Paris, where the best chefs from around the world are rewarded with stars for their restaurants. The Michelin Guide has awarded 75 restaurants with new stars this year, a record number. Eat your hearts out, food lovers.
Oh, that smells good, eh?
That is the smell of unity, my Antipodean friends.
Where did you come?
A group of ad execs from Down Under have come up with a Cracker Australia Day campaign, which is gaining traction online by suggesting Australia unite with New Zealand to rebuild its reputation and reclaim some former glory. The Aussies in the ad lament the fact that they cheat on sport, can't hang on to a Prime Minister, and actually would be altogether better off if they merged with their better, smarter neighbours. The solution? New Australia or New Australialand. Well, think about it, Aussies. Airports are an emotional place. The hellos, the goodbyes, coupled with travel-induced sleep deprivation is quite the combo. And while it's lovely to watch, one man has also figured out it's a wonderful photo op. Denise Savoya went to meet the man who's made it his mission to capture 100 faces from 100 countries.
My name is Mustafa Chankaya. I'm working at the airport since 2004. I wanted to combine my day job here in the airport with my photography passion. So I started to do a project that I called 100 Faces, 100 Countries. And the aim of the project is to take the pictures of the people who are transiting here in the airport. And when I reach the number 100, the project is going to finish. Almost everybody is like spending time with their phones, but the other rest is like sleeping or reading books, having coffee, lunch, dinner. Sorry, may I ask you something? I work here in the airport. And I'm also searching gates of the countries I do not have. So, for example, I was searching for a long time for the Dublin flight because I had no one from Ireland. But when I went to the gates, there was no one Irish who was flying to Dublin. But one day I saw someone with the Irish jersey, so I asked him, and he was a hockey player for the national team. So that was my lucky day. I used my body language. If you show the pictures of your work, what I did before, they understand what I'm doing and they let me take the pictures of them. If they are flying again and we meet here and have a coffee, there are people I have met for 3 times, 4 times. So we are still in touch with all of them, almost all of them.
Okay, let's go around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Tuesday. New privacy laws in Europe have had their first day in the sun, with French authorities fining Google $57 million. The French ruled Google didn't properly tell people how their personal data is used or get clear consent to then allow targeted, personalised ads. The Americans are now watching Europe closely to see how these new data privacy laws, which came into effect in May, shake down. WhatsApp has announced it will restrict the number of times an individual message can be forwarded around the world. The messaging company first rolled out the restrictions for users in India last summer after a series of lynchings. What now? Well, those killings were allegedly the result of fake news reports that were being forwarded. WhatsApp says the decision to take the new rule global is to try and fight the spread of misinformation. The New York Times is reporting a curious case of the hidden 17th century painting found during construction of a new Oscar de la Renta store in Paris. Builders were gutting the store when they found the painting, which shows Louis XVI's ambassador to the Ottoman court and his mates arriving in Jerusalem. Experts think it was painted by Arnaud Devoise, who worked with Le Brun, who was, of course, the interior designer of the Palace of Versailles. But how or why this oil on canvas ended up stuck to an apartment wall in downtown Paris, that's a mystery that's yet to be solved.
If I could ask you, can you imagine asking your partner, Clark Gayford, to marry you? Or will you wait for him to ask you?
No, I would not ask. No. No.
You're a feminist.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, I'm a feminist.
Is it anti-feminist to expect your partner to propose to you if you're the Prime Minister of New Zealand? That's what one BBC interviewer tried to imply after Jacinda Ardern said she would not be popping the question to her longtime partner, Clark Gayford. Ardern said with a laugh that no, she wanted him to agonise about that question himself. But what this line of questioning really begs is, would any male world leader be quizzed about the possibility of upcoming nuptials? I think not. Now, it's life or death for Gaza's most vulnerable. Power cuts to the enclave mean those on life support, respiratory aids and dialysis are reliant on generators. But the money to pay for petrol to keep those generators going has run out, and that's putting lives at risk.
الوقود الحالي الموجود لتشغيل مولدات الكهرباء في مستشفيات قطاع غزة. طبعا كما يعلم الجميع أن الوقود دخل لقطاع غزة في وزارة الصحة هي عبارة عن منح تهب لنا من الأوتشا ومن قطر ومن تركيا ومن بعض المنظمات الدولية. هذه المنحة انتهت من حوالي تقريبا شهر ونصف، وقد عملنا على تقليص بعض الخدمات الطبية في المستشفيات حتى نقوم بالعمل في الأقسام الحساسة لإنقاذ حياة المرضى.
Greenland is melting so fast that it might have already reached its tipping point. New research has found huge plains of ice in Greenland's southwest, which no one used to think were a big deal, are actually melting so fast that within 2 decades they'll be a major contributor to rising sea levels. And if the planet keeps getting warmer at the rate it is now, between 32 and 80 million people will be at risk of coastal flooding. No surprise then, global warming is a major topic at the Davos Forum this year, with a keynote from one of the Earth's most passionate advocates.
If people can truly understand what is at stake, I believe that they will give permission to business and governments to get on with the practical solutions. And as a species, we are expert problem solvers. But we haven't yet applied ourselves to this problem with the focus that it requires. We can create a world with clean air and water, unlimited energy, and fish stocks that will sustain us well into the future.
Never fear, Sydney-siders, the chip protector is here. The hero of today's Animals Doing Stuff is this good doggo, who's being given the honourable job of keeping seagulls away from patrons and their hot chips. The promenade around the Sydney Opera House is notoriously a seagull hotspot, and so far Roxy has reduced the need to replace stolen food by 80%. It's just a trial for now, but paws crossed, it'll become a permanent thing. Well, that's it from the NewsFeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions at Kim Vanell.